This is my favorite test to do for testing infrared fluence in both infrared saunas. It's a little bit better for these types of infrared paths to test, but it's called the stake test. I didn't invent this myself. And essentially, as you see in the picture, and now you see in the video, I have a nice hunk of steak here. Probably about, just came out of the refrigerator. Probably about an inch thick. Got another hunk there on the Biomat, one on the Vitamat. And so, what's up with this test? Basically, your body's muscle. And meat is muscle, of course, of an animal. Sorry, vegans and vegetarians out there, but for the sake of science, and since you might be interested in one of these paths, you may like this test. So, since your body's muscle, basically infrared should be penetrating at some point through this meat, to some distance, I mean, and there should be some irradiation with infrared into the meat. So it's about the most close, accurate test to assess how much infrared's actually reaching the center of the steak, and how quickly it'll warm it up. This has to do with how intense the rays of infrared are actual penetrating through the steak. So we're going to be able to gauge the fluence, the amount of infrared that can be created, as well as the micron range to a certain extent, because in general, certain portions of the range of infrared will have more of a longer wave, which will have a deeper penetration versus shorter wave. So we're going to be able to tell a lot of things here. I'm going to start timing the test, and we'll actually check on it in probably 30 minutes from now. But quick, we have to have a quick test of the surface temperature. Surface temperature is 53.9, 53.7, 54 basically degrees on the surface of the Vitamat, surface of the steak. Let's check the core of it, which is like the middle portion. Middle portion is 70 degrees basically. 64 in one spot. So that's right in the center of the side of this triangle. 72. Same kind of surface temperature here. Side of the steak. 78. 80. Let's check this side here. 65, 61, 62, 73, 5. So I'm just going to have to basically pick a spot. So I'm going to pick a spot. I think I'm going to use this side here, because it's got this little line here, an edge to it that's going to be easier to remember where that spot is. So 64 degrees right there. 64. And we're going to check back in 30 minutes from now, and we're going to see, and this is about 63 right in that spot. So those temperatures in these 2 points are going to be about exact right now, and we're going to check back on those 2 spots. It's probably like a centimeter, I would say. A centimeter up from the bottom is about where I'm measuring of thickness. And let's see what we got. Let's see what happens.